Have you ever wondered why some people seem to fall for you while others don't? In this video, we dive into the fascinating insights of Carl Jung, a renowned psychologist, to explore the only two reasons someone might develop feelings for you. Understanding these reasons can change how you view relationships and help you connect with others on a deeper level. You might be asking, what are these reasons? Or, how can I use this knowledge in my life? By the end of this video, you will not only discover these two pivotal factors, but also learn how to enhance your own relationships and attract the right people into your life. So stick around as we unravel the mysteries of attraction and delve into the psychology that drives human connection. Get ready for some eye-opening revelations that could transform the way you approach your relationships. Have you ever felt an intense connection with someone as if they were reflecting a part of you? This phenomenon, known as projection, is a fascinating concept rooted in Jungian psychology. When we encounter someone who embodies qualities we admire or desire within ourselves, we often develop feelings for them. This connection taps into our unconscious mind, making us feel understood and validated. Imagine walking into an art gallery and spotting someone who shares your passion for abstract expressionism. As you strike up a conversation, you discover that this person not only appreciates the same artists as you, but also feels the same emotions when looking at their work. In that moment, they become more than just a stranger. They become a mirror, reflecting your own interests and passions. This is the essence of projection, seeing ourselves in others, which can spark an emotional bond that feels deeply fulfilling. But what happens when that initial spark fades? Perhaps you've experienced that exhilarating feeling of connection dissipating over time as you realize the other person may not truly understand you. Or worse, they may embody qualities you find unsettling. This is where the complexity of projection comes into play. While projection can lead to the formation of feelings, it can also create illusions. We may fall in love with an idea of a person rather than who they truly are. This realization can be painful, but it also opens the door to deeper understanding and genuine relationships when we learn to see others as they are. To truly harness the power of projection, we need to engage with it mindfully. Reflect on the qualities you admire in others. Are they traits you wish to cultivate within yourself? Understanding this can not only enhance your self-awareness, but also guide your relationships. For example, if you find yourself drawn to someone's confidence, it may be an invitation to explore your own self-esteem. This journey of self-discovery can transform fleeting connections into lasting bonds rooted in authenticity. Moreover, projection can sometimes lead us to idealize people, placing them on pedestals. This can create an imbalance in relationships, where one person feels pressured to live up to the ideals projected onto them. To counter this, it's essential to cultivate a mindset of curiosity rather than judgment. Instead of assuming you know everything about someone based on your projections, approach them with an open heart and mind. Ask questions, share experiences, and allow the relationship to unfold naturally. This not only fosters deeper connections, but also encourages mutual growth. As we delve deeper into the intricacies of projection, consider how it intertwines with your own experiences. Can you recall a time when you felt an instant connection with someone? Reflect on that moment. What qualities did they possess that resonated with you? By identifying these traits, you can begin to understand the underlying motivations for your feelings. This practice of introspection can enrich your relationships and help you forge connections that are genuine and lasting. In conclusion, understanding the concept of projection can profoundly impact your emotional connections with others. It empowers you to seek out relationships that resonate with your true self while protecting you from the pitfalls of idealization and misunderstanding. By embracing this awareness, you can transform how you engage with others, fostering deeper, more authentic relationships. As you embark on this journey, remember that the key to connection lies not just in recognizing yourself in others, but also in appreciating them for who they truly are. This nuanced understanding can lead to richer, more fulfilling relationships that stand the test of time. Emotional resonance is a powerful force that can create deep connections between individuals, often leading to the development of strong feelings. This connection occurs when two people share similar experiences, emotions, or struggles, creating an unspoken understanding that transcends words. Imagine walking into a room filled with strangers, only to find someone who seems to know exactly what you're going through, as if they can feel your pain or joy. This is the essence of emotional resonance. Consider the story of Sarah and Mark. Sarah had recently lost her mother, and the weight of her grief felt unbearable. One day, at a support group, she met Mark, who had faced a similar loss. As they shared their stories, Sarah felt an immediate sense of relief and understanding. It was as if Mark held a mirror to her emotions, reflecting her pain in a way that made her feel less isolated. This shared experience forged a bond between them, highlighting how emotional resonance can transform mere acquaintances into close friends. The question arises, how can you cultivate this kind of emotional resonance in your own life? One effective method is to actively seek out shared experiences. Engaging in activities that resonate with your interests, like joining a book club, attending art classes, or participating in community events, can increase the likelihood of meeting others who share your passions. Think about it. When you connect with someone over a common interest, the conversation flows effortlessly. You're not just exchanging small talk, you're diving into deeper topics that matter to both of you. Another way to enhance emotional resonance is through empathy. When you listen to others, truly listen, you validate their feelings and experiences. Instead of thinking about your response while someone is speaking, focus entirely on their words and emotions. This practice not only deepens your understanding of their situation, but also allows them to feel heard and valued. For instance, if a friend shares their struggles with anxiety, resist the urge to offer immediate solutions. Instead, acknowledge their feelings and share a similar experience if relevant. This connection can create a safe space for deeper conversations. However, it's essential to recognize that not all connections start from a place of emotional resonance. Some may begin with surface-level interactions, like casual conversations at work or social gatherings. But what if you could turn these fleeting moments into something more meaningful? By incorporating vulnerability into these interactions, you can invite others to share their true selves. For example, if a colleague mentions a stressful project, you might share your own struggles with work-life balance. By opening up, you create an opportunity for them to do the same, potentially leading to a stronger bond. The path to fostering emotional resonance isn't without its challenges. Fear of rejection or past experiences can create barriers that prevent genuine connections. It's crucial to confront these fears head-on. Reflect on the emotions that arise when you think about opening up to someone new. Acknowledge these feelings, but don't let them dictate your actions. Instead, approach new relationships with curiosity and an open heart. Each person you meet is a chance to create a meaningful connection, much like Sarah and Mark did. Ultimately, emotional resonance is about building bridges through shared experiences, empathy, and vulnerability. By embracing these practices, you invite deeper connections into your life. Remember Sarah and Mark's story. Their bond was rooted in understanding and shared pain, which can inspire you to seek out and cultivate similar connections. As you begin to apply these insights, think about how your relationships can transform, leading you to a richer, more fulfilling emotional life. The power of emotional resonance lies in its ability to connect us deeply, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles and joys. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it is a powerful tool for connection. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we create opportunities for others to open up as well, leading to deeper emotional connections. Imagine this. You're at a gathering, and someone shares their struggle with anxiety. You can sense the courage it takes to be open, and suddenly, the atmosphere shifts. People lean in, nodding in agreement, sharing their own stories. This moment of vulnerability can spark genuine intimacy and create bonds that last a lifetime. But how do we embrace vulnerability without feeling exposed? The key lies in understanding that vulnerability is not about airing all your dirty laundry. It's about sharing authentic parts of yourself. Consider the story of two colleagues, Sarah and Mike. Sarah always appeared confident, but inside, she struggled with self-doubt. One day, during a team meeting, she took a leap and shared her feelings. This simple act encouraged Mike, who had been battling his own insecurities, to express himself as well. They discovered a newfound camaraderie that transformed their work relationship into a supportive friendship. This encapsulates the power of vulnerability. It can turn acquaintances into allies. However, many people hesitate to be vulnerable because they fear judgment or rejection. This fear is often rooted in past experiences where opening up led to negative outcomes. To combat this, it's essential to create safe spaces. A safe space is an environment where individuals feel comfortable expressing themselves without fear of ridicule. Think about your daily interactions. Are they filled with judgment, or do they encourage openness? For instance, a cozy coffee shop can become a sanctuary for deep conversations. Imagine sharing your aspirations and fears over a warm cup of coffee, the ambient noise fading away as you lose yourself in the dialogue. How can you replicate this in your own relationships? Start by being mindful of your responses. When someone shares something personal, respond with empathy and understanding instead of jumping to solutions or criticisms. This approach fosters trust and encourages others to let their guard down. Moreover, effective communication plays a crucial role in encouraging vulnerability. When we practice active listening, truly paying attention to what others are saying, we signal that their feelings are valid and important. Instead of merely hearing words, we should be absorbing the emotions behind them. For example, instead of responding to a friend's concerns with, "It'll be fine," try saying, "That sounds really tough. Tell me more about it." This small shift can make a world of difference in how connected someone feels to you. Yet, what if you struggle with communication? This is where practice comes into play. Start with low-stakes conversations. Engage with a friend or family member about their day, and focus on asking open-ended questions. Over time, you'll become more comfortable expressing your thoughts and feelings, which will encourage others to do the same. The transformation that occurs when we embrace vulnerability is profound. Initially, you might feel exposed, but as you practice, you'll notice a shift. Instead of feeling alone in your struggles, you'll find that others resonate with your experiences. This leads to stronger, more meaningful connections. In conclusion, vulnerability is not a weakness. It is a bridge that connects us to others. By allowing ourselves to be vulnerable and creating safe spaces for others, we foster genuine intimacy and understanding. So, take a moment today to reflect on how you can invite vulnerability into your life. What's one small step you can take to share a piece of yourself with someone? Remember, this journey toward connection begins with a single act of courage. Creating safe spaces is essential for fostering genuine emotional connections. When we think of a safe space, we often envision a place free from judgment, where individuals can express themselves openly without fear of ridicule or misunderstanding. Imagine walking into a cozy coffee shop, where the aroma of freshly brewed coffee fills the air and the soft hum of conversation creates an inviting atmosphere. It's here that people can dive into deeper discussions, share their thoughts and feelings, and truly connect on a personal level. So, how do we create such environments in our everyday lives? The first step is to cultivate an attitude of acceptance. This means being present and attentive when someone is speaking, showing that you value their feelings and experiences. When you actively listen, you're not just hearing words, you're acknowledging the person behind them. For example, think about a time when a friend confided in you about a personal struggle. If you responded with empathy, perhaps sharing a similar experience, you likely made them feel heard and validated. This simple act of listening can transform a casual conversation into a profound connection. Consider the journey of Sarah, who struggled to open up about her fears. In her previous friendships, she often felt dismissed when she shared her vulnerabilities. However, everything changed when she met Mark. Mark had a unique ability to create a safe space. He would ask open-ended questions and share his own insecurities, making Sarah feel comfortable enough to do the same. As they exchanged their feelings, a bond formed that was deeper than anything Sarah had experienced before. This is the power of vulnerability in a safe space. It allows for authentic interactions and trust to flourish. Creating a safe space also involves setting clear boundaries. It's important to communicate what is acceptable within your interactions. For instance, if you're discussing sensitive topics, let the other person know that it's okay to express their thoughts freely, but also establish that certain subjects may be off-limits if they're too painful to discuss. This mutual understanding fosters respect and further encourages openness. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt uncomfortable sharing your thoughts? This often happens when people fear that their emotions will be trivialized. To counter this, we must actively reassure those around us that their feelings are valid. Simple affirmations like, "I understand how you feel," or "It's okay to be vulnerable," can go a long way in building trust. Additionally, incorporating nonverbal communication can significantly enhance the sense of safety. Body language, eye contact, and even the tone of your voice can convey warmth and acceptance. A gentle nod or a reassuring smile can signal that you're fully engaged and supportive. To further enhance these connections, consider hosting informal gatherings where people can feel relaxed and at ease. Maybe a potluck dinner or a game night where everyone can share laughs and stories. These environments can naturally lead to deeper conversations as trust builds over shared experiences. As you reflect on your own interactions, think about how you can create safe spaces in your relationships. What small changes can you implement to make others feel more comfortable? Remember, fostering a safe space is a gradual process. It's about being intentional and creating an atmosphere of trust and understanding. In conclusion, by embracing the concept of safe spaces, you open the door to deeper connections and emotional resonance. These environments not only promote vulnerability, but also allow for authentic relationships to blossom, leading to more meaningful interactions. The transformation from superficial encounters to profound connections is within your reach. Start today by being the person who creates that safe space for others. Effective communication is like the bridge that connects two islands, allowing thoughts and feelings to flow freely between them. It's essential for building deeper relationships and creating emotional bonds. Yet, many people often feel misunderstood or find themselves in conversations that go nowhere. This can lead to frustration and isolation, making it harder to connect with others. So, how can we transform our communication skills and build those vital connections? To start, let's explore the concept of active listening. This technique goes beyond merely hearing words. It involves fully engaging with the speaker. Imagine you're in a conversation with a friend who is sharing their struggles. Instead of thinking about your response while they speak, you focus entirely on what they are saying. You nod, maintain eye contact, and even paraphrase their thoughts to show understanding. This practice not only makes the other person feel valued, but also encourages a deeper dialogue. When people feel heard, they are more likely to open up and share their feelings, leading to a stronger emotional connection. But what if you find it difficult to practice active listening? Here's where open-ended questions come into play. Instead of asking questions that require only a yes or no answer, try to encourage more elaborate responses. For instance, instead of saying, "Did you enjoy the movie?" ask, "What was your favorite part of the movie and why?" This not only prompts a more enriching conversation, but also shows that you are genuinely interested in their thoughts and experiences. Now, consider the story of Sarah, who struggled to connect with her colleagues at work. She often found herself in small talk that felt superficial. One day, she decided to change her approach. During a lunch break, she asked her co-workers about their weekend plans, but instead of just waiting for their answers, she engaged them with follow-up questions. "What do you love most about that hobby?" she asked. This simple shift in her questioning technique opened up a floodgate of conversations, allowing her to learn more about her colleagues and, in turn, deepen her relationships at work. However, communication barriers can sometimes stem from past experiences where feelings were dismissed or misunderstood. Perhaps you've been in a situation where you shared something personal, only to be met with indifference. This can create walls that prevent you from expressing yourself in the future. To overcome such challenges, it's crucial to recognize these fears and actively work to address them. One practical exercise is to journal your feelings before entering a conversation that feels challenging. Write down what you want to communicate and any anxieties you have. By putting your thoughts to paper, you clarify your feelings and can approach the conversation with more confidence. This preparation allows you to express yourself more freely and helps diminish the fear of being misunderstood. The journey of improving communication is not just about techniques. It's also about fostering an environment where people feel safe to express themselves. Remember the cozy coffee shop analogy? Just like that inviting space encourages open conversation, your attitude and demeanor can create a warm atmosphere for those around you. Smile, be approachable, and show empathy towards others' feelings. This warmth can dispel fears and encourage more meaningful exchanges. In conclusion, by mastering effective communication through active listening, thoughtful questioning, and overcoming personal barriers, you can transform your relationships. The transition from feeling isolated to being genuinely connected with others is profound. The benefits are not just in the conversations you have, but in the depth of understanding and trust that develops. So, take that first step today. What's one question you can ask someone to foster a deeper connection? Embrace the journey of communication and watch your relationships flourish. Many people struggle with effective communication, often feeling misunderstood or dismissed in conversations. This can create barriers that prevent meaningful connections from forming. Overcoming these challenges is essential for fostering deeper relationships and enabling emotional resonance with others. One key aspect of this journey is recognizing our fears and addressing them head-on. Imagine a scenario where someone wants to share their thoughts but hesitates due to past experiences of feeling ignored. This fear can lead to a cycle of silence, where the desire for connection remains unfulfilled. But what if there was a way to break this cycle? By acknowledging these fears and taking proactive steps to address them, individuals can pave the way for more profound relationships. For example, consider a young woman named Sarah. She always wanted to express her feelings to her friends, but often felt that her opinions were undervalued. After a particularly hurtful experience during a group discussion, she decided to take a different approach. Instead of retreating into silence, she began practicing active listening during conversations. By genuinely focusing on what others were saying, she created a safe environment that encouraged her friends to open up as well. Over time, her vulnerability inspired others to share their thoughts, leading to more genuine connections. This leads us to the importance of active listening as a communication technique. Effective communication begins with truly hearing what others are saying. It's about more than just waiting for your turn to speak. It involves fully engaging with the speaker. When someone feels heard, it creates a sense of validation and trust, making them more likely to be open in return. But how can you practice active listening? Start by eliminating distractions during conversations. Put away your phone and maintain eye contact. Nod and respond with verbal affirmations like, "I see," or "that makes sense." Well, these small cues reassure the speaker that you are present and attentive. Another vital technique is using open-ended questions. Instead of asking questions that can be answered with a simple yes or no, frame your inquiries to encourage deeper dialogue. For example, instead of saying, "Did you enjoy the movie?" try asking, "What did you think about the movie's ending?" This invites the other person to share their thoughts more freely, leading to richer conversations. As you practice these techniques, you may encounter fears or insecurities that arise from past experiences, such as feeling dismissed or belittled. Recognizing these feelings is the first step towards overcoming them. Journaling can be a helpful tool in this process. Write down your experiences, focusing on what made you feel vulnerable in past conversations. Reflecting on these moments can provide insight into how to approach future interactions with a renewed sense of confidence. Now imagine the transformation that occurs when you begin to implement these techniques. Picture yourself in a conversation where, rather than feeling anxious about speaking, you feel empowered to share your thoughts and emotions openly. The atmosphere shifts from one of uncertainty to one of mutual respect and understanding. By addressing communication barriers, not only do you create opportunities for deeper connections, but you also cultivate an environment that encourages vulnerability and emotional resonance. Remember, the journey of improving communication skills is ongoing. The key is to stay committed to growth. As you move forward, consider what steps you can take today to enhance your communication. Whether it's practicing active listening or being more open in your conversations, each small effort can lead to more profound connections. By fostering an environment of understanding and trust, you will not only enrich your relationships, but also attract the right people into your life. Shared values serve as the bedrock of meaningful connections between individuals. When two people align in their core beliefs, the attraction can be profound and enduring. Imagine two friends who both cherish honesty and kindness. Their relationship thrives not just on mutual respect, but on a deep understanding that their values are in sync. This alignment fosters trust and encourages deeper conversations, making their bond unshakable. However, many people struggle to articulate their own values or identify those of others. This lack of clarity can lead to superficial connections that don't satisfy our emotional needs. It's not uncommon for individuals to find themselves in relationships that feel unfulfilling, often because their core beliefs clash. But how can you pinpoint what truly matters to you and discover the values that resonate with those around you? The journey begins with introspection. Take a moment to reflect on the experiences that have shaped you. What moments in your life have brought you joy, pride, or even pain? Each of these experiences can reveal your core values. For instance, if you felt immense satisfaction from helping someone in need, it might indicate that compassion is a guiding principle for you. Conversely, if you felt frustrated in a situation where dishonesty prevailed, it underscores the importance of integrity in your life. To make this process tangible, consider writing down a list of your top 5 values. This exercise can be revealing and empowering. Think about the qualities you admire in others. Those often reflect your own values. Have you ever felt drawn to a leader who embodies courage and innovation? That admiration suggests these qualities resonate with you at a deep level. Once you have a clearer understanding of your values, the next step is to engage with others who share them. This brings us to the idea of community. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals can amplify your connections. Imagine a group of friends who all value creativity. They inspire each other, collaborate on projects, and share ideas freely. The energy in such environments is palpable. You feel understood, accepted, and encouraged to express your true self. Now, let's explore how to identify the values of others. One effective method is through engaging conversations. Instead of surface-level small talk, delve deeper. Ask open-ended questions that invite people to share their beliefs. For example, instead of simply asking, "What do you do for a living?" try, "What drives you to do what you do?" This shifts the conversation from the mundane to the meaningful, allowing you to uncover shared values that can strengthen your connection. As you navigate these discussions, remember that vulnerability plays a crucial role. When you share your values, you create a safe space for others to do the same. This mutual exchange fosters intimacy and trust, essential ingredients for any lasting relationship. Think back to the cozy coffee shop scenario. Imagine two people sitting across from each other, sharing not just their experiences, but their beliefs about life, love, and what it means to be human. The conversation flows easily, and as they share, they discover a profound alignment in their values. In essence, shared values are the compass that guide us toward meaningful relationships. They help us discern who we connect with on a deeper level and provide a framework for understanding one another. By identifying your own values and seeking those of others, you can build a network of connections that are not only fulfilling, but transformative. Remember, it's not just about finding people who share your interests. It's about finding those who share your heart. As you embark on this journey of connection, consider how you can embody your values in daily interactions. What simple step can you take today to foster a deeper connection with someone? This is your opportunity to create bonds that resonate, to transform the way you relate to others, and to enrich your life with meaningful relationships. Understanding why people develop feelings for you can significantly transform your relationships, creating deeper connections and fostering genuine intimacy. At the heart of this understanding lies the intricate interplay of projection, emotional resonance, vulnerability, effective communication, and shared values. Imagine standing at a crossroads, where each path leads to a different aspect of human connection. As we explore these paths together, consider how each insight can enrich your life. Projection allows us to see in others the qualities we admire or wish to cultivate within ourselves. When you meet someone who shares your passion for art or literature, that instant connection can feel almost magical. But what happens when the initial spark fades? This is where emotional resonance steps in. It's that profound feeling of being understood, often stemming from shared experiences. Picture two friends who bond over mutual losses, their shared pain creating an unbreakable bond. This is the essence of emotional resonance. It's about recognizing and validating each other's struggles. But how do we cultivate this in our lives? Vulnerability plays a crucial role here. By allowing ourselves to be open about our fears and insecurities, we invite others to reciprocate. Imagine a conversation where you share a personal story, revealing a hidden part of yourself. This act of vulnerability breaks down walls, fostering trust and intimacy. Yet many hesitate to be vulnerable, fearing exposure. The key is to create safe spaces, environments where individuals feel comfortable expressing their true selves without fear of judgment. Envision a cozy cafe filled with deep conversations and laughter. This is the kind of space we can strive to create in our relationships. Effective communication is another pillar in building these connections. Have you ever felt misunderstood? Active listening and open-ended questions can bridge those gaps. Instead of a simple, "Did you have a good day?" try asking, "What was the best part of your day?" This approach invites richer dialogue and deeper connections. However, many struggle with communication due to past experiences that left them feeling dismissed. Overcoming these barriers requires acknowledging your fears and actively working to address them. Engaging in practical exercises, like role-playing conversations, can significantly improve your confidence and skills. As we delve deeper, we encounter the power of shared values. When two individuals align their core beliefs, it sets a strong foundation for attraction. Think of a couple who both prioritize honesty and kindness. Their shared values draw them closer. Identifying your own values and those of others can enhance your connections. One simple yet effective exercise is to write down what truly matters to you and discuss it with a friend or partner. This not only clarifies your beliefs, but also opens the door for meaningful conversations. Now, let's bring these insights together. By understanding the roles of projection, emotional resonance, vulnerability, communication, and shared values, you can attract the right people into your life. This isn't just about finding romantic partners. It's about cultivating friendships and connections that enrich your existence. Take a moment to reflect on your interactions. What's one small change you can make today to foster a deeper connection? Perhaps it's sharing a personal story, asking a thought-provoking question, or simply being more present. The journey to deeper relationships begins with these small steps, and the rewards are immeasurable. As you embark on this journey, remember that connection is a two-way street. By applying these insights, not only will you invite deeper relationships into your life, but you'll also become a source of understanding and support for others. The world is filled with potential connections waiting to be explored, and your openness can pave the way for meaningful interactions that enrich your life in countless ways.